What's up, guys? Today I bring you a PSAO match I had against Fixed. And yeah, Fixed is kind of a lucky player, so I know he likes Mega Kangaskhan, so I'm using Rocky Helmet, physically defensively Veltal. And I know he likes Stock 2 Spikes too, so I kind of had to use Poison Arceus. But yeah, his team looks pretty similar. I didn't really expect him to bring Yveltal. That's one of the Pokemon he likes too as well. Uh, just because I know he would know I would over prepare for it, so I didn't really have a really hard check for it. My best check for it is Cernius, which is Geomancy. So yeah, he didn't bring it, as you can see. Now my team has Scarfsecrum, Stoltu, and Support Dialga, just to like a soft Kyogre check, and just to break stall teams. And yeah, his team is pretty standard, like quote unquote standard. He has the Life or Darkrai, the Klefki, the Landorus T to set up rocks, Klefki to set up spikes. Palkia has a Kyogre switching, and Mewtwo is just there for wall breaking. And yeah, Arceus maybe Ghost or Extreme Killer, just looking at his team. So yeah, let's get right into the battle. Alright, so turn 1, I'm going to lead off with Cernius, is going to lead off with Landorus. I predict that, so I'm just going to click Moonblast. I really have no reason not to. He goes into Klefki. Any damage that the Klefki takes is good for me, just because I can just, if it comes to that, I can just set up and win, because if Klefki is weakened, that is. But yeah, I decided to go into my Arceus Poison. He goes for Thunder Wave here. I don't know how I feel about this play, because I went for Defog instead of Will-O-Wisp, knowing that I could Will-O-Wisp first, but I don't know. He switches into his Palkia. I know I can take either Hydro Pump or Special Rain, because I have a lot of special defense investment, so I said to go for the third Will-O-Wisp. Now here, he's hold on. Alright, I get paralyzed in the turn. I clicked Will-O-Wisp once again, and this miss is actually pretty crucial. Well, not miss, this paralyzed, because as you can see, Landorus is kind of a big threat to my team. If I switch in the Veltal too many times to it, it's weakened, and I don't really want that, as I don't know his Arceus type yet. I don't know if it's Ghost, if it's either Ghost or Dark. I mean, not Dark. Extreme Killer, I'm gonna need it, because I'm gonna have to Toxic the Arceus Ghost, and I'm gonna have to Foul Play the Arceus Normal. So me switching in Yveltal multiple times does not help me at all. So, and if I had burned the Landorus T, I would just pivot into like Cernius or Mewtwo. So yeah. But yeah, I go into Mewtwo just in case he wants to set up the rocks. I am a stall 2, so I looked at the calc and he has a chance of 2-hit KOing me. So I decided not to Mega Evolve. I'm actually a stall 2Y, but I decided not to Mega Evolve just to get the defense, and if I get to burn him, then have a chance of not KOing me. But yeah, he makes a really good play here. He goes for the Dark Pulse, knowing, although I don't know if it was a prediction really, because I didn't Mega Evolve, I'm not fast enough, so I guess he didn't have a reason not to Dark Pulse. But anyways, I'm going to my Dialga. This may seem like a very bad play on my part, but like I said before, I can switch any Pokemon. Like Mewtwo is weakened, so I cannot switch it in, and I know I'm gonna need it later in the game, because I don't know what type his Mewtwo is. Mewtwo also helps against Palkia and against Klefki, and yeah, and so I didn't really want to switch that in. And Yveltal, as I mentioned multiple times already, I need it for Arceus. So yeah, I go to Cernius. Like I said before, I decided to go for Cernius instead of Yveltal, just yeah, just because I need Yveltal. But yeah, he goes for the Earthquake. I knew he would go for the Earthquake, or even if he ends up going for the Stealth Rocks, that's fine, because that means my Cernius stays alive for a bit. But yeah, he just goes for the Earthquake, and here I'm hoping him to miss Hydro Pump, but he doesn't. So my Cernius dies, And now I'm gonna go into my Mewtwo, which is stalled to Y, which has more special defense. So I should be able to leave Hydro Pump or Special Rings rather easily. He actually gets a very high roll with Hydro Pump. It doesn't do that much because Mega Mewtwo Y special defense is as good as Arceus is. So yeah, he goes into Dark right now. He goes for Dark Pulse. I go into Arceus. This may seem like a very bad play, but I know I could pivot into Arceus into one Dark Pulse and then keep it so I can defog against Klefki or bring it in against Klefki, which it could happen easily. So I'm gonna switch into my Yveltal. It seems like I'm contradicting myself at this point because I said before I need Yveltal, but Calc and Dark Pulse shouldn't do that much. Like I said, it shouldn't. But he gets a crit here, which is kind of bad for me because now I'm forced into. Now I'm forced to make a risky play. If he goes for Dark Void and it leaves my Zekrom or Yveltal, I basically have to switch Zekrom in because although it's my win condition at this point because it beats Mewtwo, which outspeeds because I'm Scarf, Adamant, Bolt Strike. It beats Klefki too, and if he Dark Pulses here, predicting me to switch in Zekrom, and I have the Sleep Talk, so I definitely don't mind the sleeping Zekrom. So yeah, he as you can see here, he's going to go for Dark Void. So that was a very risky play, but that paid off for me. And since he's burned, he's going to die this turn. And now he's going to bring in his Arceus, which ends up being the String Killer. And here, that crit may not seem that it mattered that much, but I actually called after switching in Yveltal, and he actually needs a max damage roll. He's Adamant Life Orb, not Adamant Life Orb, Jolly Life Orb Arceus. He needs a higher damage roll to. He actually needs max damage to OHKO my Yveltal at this point. And if he hadn't gotten that crit, he would need, well, a crit to kill my Yveltal. So, but yeah, he goes for the Sword Dance. Luckily for me, he doesn't get the damage roll, and I'm going to be able to knock it out with Foul Play. The crit didn't matter because it's a plus to Arceus, man. Come on. But yeah, he goes into Klefki. I go into Arceus Poison. On hindsight, I kind of make a bad play here. I should have gone for the Recover, but I went for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting him to stay in. But he didn't really have no reason not to switch out into Palkia. So I should have Recovered here because I don't know, man. But I still didn't know what his Mewtwo set is, so yeah. So I switched in Mewtwo Y, trying to stall out this Palkia kinda, hoping he would miss like a Special Rain or Hydro Pump. But he reveals here he has Thunder Wave Palkia, which I don't really know why, because he has Klefki, and Klefki is enough check for Xerneas. Whatever, man. I'm not one to judge. I use Thunder Wave on Palkia too, but I wouldn't use it in that team. That's what I'm trying to say. So he paralyzes my Mewtwo, and he goes for Taunt, and he doesn't Mega Evolve. So I think he's stalled to at this point, which I'm feeling Side Strike, which would do a lot to my Mewtwo. But he reveals Stone Edge here, which makes me think he is a Mega Mewtwo X, but he hasn't Mega Evolved yet because he doesn't want to take the neutral Side Strike. But yeah, this turn I go into Zekrom. He goes for Klefki. I Sleep Talk and Outrage. Basically, all I need to do is Sleep Talk and Electric Attack. Ball Strike by preference, but yeah, my luck with Sleep Talk is not that good. But yeah, I'm gonna have to fodder Arceus Poison at this point, as he hasn't Mega Evolved yet. That's kind of smart from his part, and he reveals Ice Beam here, which yeah, I'm gonna Sleep Talk this. I'm gonna Sleep Talk a Ball Switch here, and I think I don't really know how sleep works in this generation. I know it doesn't reset like in black and white, but yeah, he goes into LuckE here. I go for taunt because even if he goes into his Mewtwo, he wouldn't be able to taunt me, and I would be able because he's taunted himself, but I would be able to burn him or go for side strike or something. But yeah, he goes for player up. That's gonna do like 14%. As I go for Will-O-Wisp predicting Mewtwo, and I said to myself, I don't really need to Will-O-Wisp here because even if I burn him, he revealed the Ice Beam, so it wouldn't matter against my Zekrom, which is basically the reason why I'm Will-O-Wisping. But yeah, I go for the side strike. That's gonna do 58%. He misses, but I get paralyzed. He misses again, but I get paralyzed again. Yeah, so that's I basically have to bank on my Zekrom waking up and clicking ball strike and not missing. So thankfully, I wake up and I go for ball strike and I hit. And LuckE can't KO me at this point, so I kind of have the chances to kill it. But luckily, I hit on the first one. So yeah, that's gonna be good game, I guess. Fixed. Landorus para kind of mattered a lot, but yeah, overall good game, pretty close. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. Sorry if I if I choke too many times like narrating this, but yeah, I'm kind of a good YouTuber. But yeah, see you later, guys. Bye.